The inventor and his robot。咁即係咩咧？就係個發明家同埋佢個機械人啦。咁我哋好快脆就會睇到個發明家叫咩名啦。Soon, Professor Joseph Jenkins muttered to himself as he scampered around his laboratory, pushing buttons and pulling levers. He was anxious but also excited because he was about to finish a project which he had been working on for a decade. It was night, and the storm raging outside the laboratory made him even more tense than usual. 11 o'clock, he murmured, checking his watch. 1 hour until I activate my creation. 好啦，咁即係呢個發明家咧就叫做 Professor Joseph Jenkins， 咁即係一個教授啦。咁你見到佢個名就叫 Joseph 啦。咁佢自己同自己講話啊，快啦咁樣。咁佢一路講咧就一路做乜嘢咧？咩叫 scampered 咧？就喺度即係一路跑嚟跑去，即係喺佢嘅實驗室度。Laboratory 咧就係解實驗室啦。咁除咗走嚟走去咧，跟住之後又喺度自己同自己講嘢啦，又喺度咧。Pushing buttons and pulling levers， 即係做乜嘢咧？喺度撳掣啊，拉嗰啲操控桿啊，咁佢做乜嘢咧？其實就係佢有個機械人。咁佢好緊張啦，但係亦都好開心。Anxious 係有少少即係負面嘅意思嘅，即係話好焦慮。但係好 excited 咧，又覺得好緊張，好刺激啊覺得。因為佢就嚟做乜嘢 ？Finish a project， 而佢呢樣嘢佢已經做咗幾耐啦 ？A decade means 10 years。咁嗰陣時已經去到夜晚啦 ，the storm raging， 即係意思咧係打緊風啦，咁就令到佢咧好緊張 ，more tense than usual， 即係比平常咧係更加 tense 啦，即係 nervous， 即係佢好緊張，佢平時都冇咁緊張 ，usual 就係平時。11 o'clock 即係夜晚11點啦，咁又繼續自己喺度自己講啦。嗱 ，muttered 同 murmured 咧都有一個即係自己同自己咦暗嘅意思啦。咁啊 ，checking his watch。喺度睇啦，11點。佢話 1 hour until I activate my creation， 即係話仲有1個鐘咧，我就會開始 activate， 即係要啟動我呢個嘅裝置，我呢個發明啦。咁嗰陣時係11點啦 ，checking his watch。咁佢話 1 hour until I activate my creation， 即係話咧仲有1個鐘咧，我就要啟動啦。咁即係要撳掣。係啦 ，How long had Joseph been working on his robots？ 究竟佢做咗，即係佢咧整個機械人整咗幾耐咧？咁唔係幾個鐘喎，因為佢有講過咧，就話he had been working 乜嘢咧？嗱，你揾翻 had been working， 好頭先又有 had been working on for a decade。咁就算你唔知道乜嘢叫做 a decade， 其實你照抄咧都係可以有分噶啦。咁所以咧，你就照將個 Joseph 同個 had 調轉啦。Joseph had been working， 咁啊照抄到尾啦 on his robot， 咁就已經幾耐咧？你就寫翻 for a decade， 或者咧，如果for a decade， 或者咧，如果你真係識知道 a decade 係等於10年咧，就係 for 10 years。咁其實兩樣都得嘅。第二題啦 ，Why was he a bit nervous that day？ 咁點解嗰日會咁緊張咧 ？Nervous。咁佢咧就話佢係 more tense than usual。呢個 tense 咧就係等於 nervous 啦。我啱啱都解咗。咁點解佢係 more tense than usual 咧？其實個答案咪就喺前邊咯，就係 because it was night and the storm raging。outside the laboratory 就 made him even more tense than usual。咁而乜嘢令到佢咁緊張咧？就係因為夜晚啦，兼且咧又打大風喎。咁所以咧個 storm 即係 means 即係刮風咁嘅意思啊。咁所以咧就令到佢 more tense than usual。咁會寫翻啦。佢問你 why 嘅話咧，咁你就會答咧，就會寫翻咧，就係寫翻 this was because。咁就抄翻頭先嗰個啦，就係 it was night 嗰陣時咧係夜晚啦 ，and the storm was raging outside the laboratory。咁樣咧就講翻咧，就係因為係夜晚啦，兼且咧個風暴咧就喺度，即係不斷喺度刮大風啊。咁咧就呢度咧留意到啦，就有啲學生留意到呢度咧，其實要加翻個 was 啦。咁點解咧？就係因為咧其實 raging 其實係一個動詞嚟嘅。咁 the storm was raging 即係喺度刮緊大風。咁點解上邊嗰個又唔需要咧？就係因為咧就呢個係將佢變咗一個名詞 ，the storm raging outside the laboratory 呢個係一個 noun 名詞嚟嘅。咁好似個 noun phrase。咁而呢個 noun phrase 咧就係 made him even more tense than usual。咁但係假如你真係要寫 raging 嘅話咧，你就要加翻 was 啦。如果假如係將佢變成一個句子嘅話，咁但係如果唔係嘅咧，你就可以話 it was it was late and there was a storm， 咁都可以嘅。咁即係換言之咧，如果你唔識得用 raging 咧，你可以話 this was because it was late 或者 it was night time and there was a storm。咁你可以寫翻咧係 there was a storm 都得嘅。What time was he planning to activate his robots？ 咁係 what time 啦，咁你就會寫翻咧由個名詞開始啦，咁你就會寫翻咧 he was planning to activate 頭先解咗啦，係解啟動啦。his robot 咁我都講過頭先啦，因為佢話仲有望住個錶就係隻錶係11點，咁仲有1 hour until I activate my creation。咁所以咧就係he was planning to activate his robot at 乜嘢咧？你可以寫 at 12 o'clock 啦，又或者at midnight， 即係夜晚咧，深夜12點啦。好啦，我哋睇下第二段啦。The hour passed slowly and the storm grew more intense. Joseph hoped that there would not be a power cut because of the bad weather. He needed all the electricity that he could get. 咁即係乜嘢咧？時間慢慢咁過去啦，咁但係個風咧就越嚟越乜嘢啊？強烈噃 intense。咁 Joseph 咧就希望咧就唔會有話 power cut 咩意思咧？即係意思唔會停電啊！因為即係打風嘅原因而停電。因為佢點解咧 ？He needed all the electricity that he could get， 即係話佢需要好多電力。It had been a decade before when he first had the idea to build a robot， 即係話咧，頭先我哋都講過話佢用咗10年嘅時間啦。咁就係話係10年前咧，佢係 first had the idea， 即係話佢一開始有呢個嘅主意嗰陣時咧係10年前。He was tired of doing all the cooking and cleaning, and so decided to invent something that could do them for him。咁好啦，佢就話啦，佢好討厭乜嘢啊？嗰啲全部又要煮餸啊，又要清潔啊呢啲家務。咁於是佢就發明一啲嘢咧，可以做咗呢啲咁樣嘅 cooking and cleaning for him。咁如果所以問你 them 係指乜嘢咧？就係正指翻咧 all the cooking and cleaning 啦，即係所有嗰啲嘅煮餸啊，或者係一啲清潔嘅家務啦。There had been many failed attempts, many disasters, but now he had finally perfected his design。咁即係話咧係佢就想做一個即係可以煮餸同埋清潔嘅機械人啦，但係咧係 failed。雖然咧你可能唔知道咩叫 attempts， 即係解嘗試，即係話咧係一個嘗試咁嘅意思。即係 try to do something but failed。但係咧好多 disaster， 即係好多災難，即係好多唔如意嘅嘢啦。但係咧佢終於能夠完美咗，即係令佢嗰個設計咧係非常之完美咁樣。而家準備可以啟動啦。咁我哋睇翻呢個第4題啦。What does them in line 10 refer to？ 咁你就會寫翻啦，你就會寫翻 them 啦。就頭先我哋講咗啦，就係你要全寫咧就要抄晒佢噶啦呢一個。咁唯一因為 does 嘅原因咧，你嗰個 refer 咧記住要加 s。咁them in line 10 refers to all the， 你可以寫 all the， 亦都可以唔需要寫 cooking and cleaning。It is time. The wind howled. The rain beat down heavily. Joseph held his hand over a big red button with activate written above it. He was scared to actually push the button. What if it didn't work? 好啦，咁佢咧就係話係時間啦。咁嗰陣時咧發生咩事咧？個風咧就喺度咆哮啦，啲雨咧又 beat down heavily 就好大雨啦。咁 Joseph 咧就 held his hand over a big red button 就將隻手擺喺一個好大嘅紅色嘅掣，寫住 activate 啟動。咁he was scared， 即係佢好驚喎。點解啊？點解驚啊？就係因為咧，咁如果假如唔得嘅話，用咗10年去創造一樣嘢，如果唔得嘅話，咁又點算啊？咁樣 Eventually he pressed his hand down， 即係終於咧佢撳掣啦。There was a flash of sparks and then silence。嗱一撳掣咧就突然間有啲火花啦咁樣，跟住之後咧就 silence 靜晒啦。The robot was lifeless just like before， 即係話個機械人咧係 lifeless， 即係了無生氣，即係意思係唔喐啊。But then his left hand started to twitch， 即係咧佢嗰個隻左手咧開始咩叫 twitch 咧 ？twitch 即係有少少喺度即係震震地，喺度即係喐下咁樣啦，少少一個 small movement。Its eyes started to blink。Its head started to turn. After so many years of toil and experimentation, the professor's robot was alive. 卒之係 work 噶啦，真係喐得噶啦。咁個機械人開頭咧係唔喐噶噃，咁但係突然間咧就先係隻手喐啦，跟住隻眼又識得眨眼，頭又識得轉。咁經過咁多年嘅辛勞啊 ，toil means hard work。即係咁辛苦做咗成10年啦，同埋咁多實驗咧，咁卒之咧就係得咗啦。好啦，咁我哋睇翻呢度啦，第5題啦。What word in the story has the same meaning as dead？ 就係 lifeless 啦。咁所以你將嗰個答案咧就係擺喺前邊啦，然後抄後邊嗰個就係 lifeless。跟住就寫翻啦 ，has the same meaning as。Dead. 好啦 ，which parts of the robot started to move when it was activated？ 即係究竟佢邊幾個部分就開始喐咧？你會留意到呢個 parts 有 s 嘅喎，咁即係換言之咧，就唔止係一個部分，咁我哋就要將嗰幾個部分咧列咗出嚟啦。咁邊幾個部分開始喐咧？第一啦就係 left hand， 第二就係佢隻眼，第三就係佢個頭。咁你將呢幾樣嘢咧？就係講即係寫出嚟就得㗎啦。佢個動作咧，你係唔需要詳細列咗出嚟嘅。咁就係你要寫翻啦。咁就係 which parts 咧，就係 the robots。首先就係個隻 left hand 啦，接住咧就係 eyes。第3樣嘢你就加個 and， 跟住就係佢個頭。咁照抄啦。Started to move when it was activated。第7題啦 ，Which of the following is not true of the story above？ The story took place at night time。咁係啊，因為佢嗰陣時咧話睇錶係11點啊嘛，係咪？夜晚，所以係啦。The storm grew more intense。intense 即係 means stronger。As the story went on， 咁越嚟越猛烈啦。咁係咧，因為佢話係即係有 intense 呢個字，其實上面都有呢個字。Joseph was scared to press the red button。咁佢好緊張啦，就好 scared 好驚啊。點解咧？佢話頭先有講過嘅就係因為佢驚乜嘢啊？佢又問自己條問題 ，what？ 佢又問自己一條問題就係 what if it didn't work？ 咁佢亦都有講過 scared 呢個字嘅。咁佢話如果假如唔得嘅話，咁點算啊？咁佢會好傷心啦。咁所以咧，佢就話係 scared 係驚嘅係啦。The robot's legs started to twitch。咁其實我哋都答咗啦，就係佢係即係隻左手啦，跟住眼啦，跟住個頭啦。咁係冇提及過隻腳係會喐嘅，即係會 twitch， 即係會有戰動嘅，即係會有喐動嘅行為啦。咁文章係冇提及過嘅，咁所以 not true 啦，就係 D 啦。 Read the card below and give short answers to the questions. 咁記住係短答啦。Joseph pins up this document outside his house. 咁啊將嗰個文件咧就擺咗喺佢間屋嘅出邊啦。Attention citizens. 咁啊咩叫 citizens 咧？即係所有市民咧聽住啊咁樣。咁佢講咩嘢咧？發生咩事咧？就係 I have completed the most incredible invention in the history of the world. It is a robot which both cooks and cleans, and I have decided to call it Mary. 咁即係乜嘢咧？佢已經係 completed， 即係完成咗一個非常難以置信嘅一個發明啦。就係一個機械人咧，又識煮餸，又識清潔。咁於是咧，佢就稱呢個機械人做 Mary。If you would like to see my creation, then please knock on my door and I will take you up to the laboratory. 咁即係話咧，如果你想睇下咧，就唔該你點做啊 ？Knock my door，knock on my door 即係敲門啦。咁佢就會帶去個實驗室咧俾你睇下啦。I will have to charge a viewing fee of $50, but I can assure you that it will be worth every dollar. 即係講乜嘢咧？就係話係即係會收一個咩叫 viewing fee 咧，即係一個觀賞費啦，即係好似入場費咁樣咧，就係50蚊啦。但係佢 I can assure you， 即係我可以保證咧係即係值每一蚊嘅，即係每一蚊咧真係好物超所值嘅，因為點解咧？因為係應該係好 special。Please only call between the hours of 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Professor Joseph Jenkins。咁呢一個 professor 咧就話要收錢去睇佢個 Mary 啦，咁就叫佢咧如果有問題就打電話，但係咧就只可以朝9晚5嘅啫，平時咧即係超過呢個時間就唔好打電話去啦。咁睇翻呢個第一題啦 ，What is the text type of the above text above 係咩嚟嘅咧？就係一個 notice 啦。A notice 咧係真係一個通告啊。即係一個通告咧，話俾廣大市民聽啦。Who produced the documents above？ 咁當然就係呢個 professor 啦。咁由於係短答咧，你只需要咧係寫咗嗰個professor 嘅名就得㗎啦，唔需要再寫埋嗰個produced the documents above。好啦，接住咧就係 What should people do if they want to see the robot？ 咁如果假如佢要睇，即係啲市民想嚟睇下佢嗰個機械人咧，咁點做咧？咁你會見到咧就係話 Please knock on my door， 明唔明啊？佢話 If you would like to see my creation， 就叫佢做乜嘢啊 ？Knock on my door， 就唔係叫佢打電話喎。咁所以咧就係要想即係如果假如佢想要睇嗰個機械人咧，就係 knock on Joseph's door， 或者寫佢全名都得嘅。好啦，到how much do people have to pay to see the robot？ 咁頭先講咗啦，係50蚊啦，要俾幾多錢去睇機械人咧？50蚊。How many hours a day is the robot available to see？ 究竟一日嗱，咁好多學生就唔小心睇唔好睇呢個 how many 啊，究竟係幾多個鐘？咁我哋睇翻呢一個啦，就係佢話 Please only call between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. 咁即係每日朝9晚5啦。咁即係中午前咧就係3個鐘，跟住中午12點之後咧又有5個鐘，咁即係 total 咧就係8 hours 啦，就係 total 8個鐘啦。咁因為短答咧，你就只需要寫8 hours 就 OK 噶啦。好啦，我哋睇睇個 preposition 啦。I've done it after saving all my money for equipment. And after working so hard, my robot is complete. 即係話咧，佢儲蓄咁多錢啦，跟住又好勤力咧，足之完成咗啦。I'm so excited about the future。即係話咧，佢好為佢嘅將來而覺得係好 excited， 好刺激啦。This invention will make me a millionaire。而 millionaire 咧就係解百萬富翁啦。即係佢話呢個發明咧會令我變成一個百萬富翁嘅。I won't have to live in this little town anymore， 唔需要再住喺一啲咁細嘅鎮度啦。I can move to the big city. I will buy a huge house with many rooms。即係話咧，我會買一間大屋，有好多好多嘅房嘅。And I will travel around the world， 我會環遊世界嘅。To show people my invention, and now that my robot can help with the cooking and cleaning， 即係話咧可以幫手咧 help with。I can relax. I think I shall have a big party. I will give out invitation cards， 即係咧會派發一啲嘅邀請卡啦 ，to all my friends and order a big cake. I'm sure that they will have lots and lots of questions about the robot。咁佢哋有好多好多嘅問題關於呢一個，即係佢呢個咁犀利嘅一個機械人啦。I always wanted an invention when I was growing up， 即係話咧喺佢人生長大嘅過程咧，佢不嬲都好想要做一個發明家嘅。And I'm happy that my dream has come true。咁而家夢想實現啦。I have been waiting for this day to arrive for so long。Waiting for 咧係等待呢一日咧係等咗好長好長嘅時間啦。好啦 ，tenses 啦。Dear Mom, last week I my robot at last。咁因為咧，你會見到呢個咧係 last 啦，係一個上星期呢個字啦。咁所以咧，你知道咧呢一個咧係用 finish， 因為過去式啦。I made a party on Tuesday to celebrate, and I would like you to come。咁好啦，就係話上個禮拜就做完啦，但係咧星期二，因為佢而家邀請佢阿媽嚟啊嘛，咁其實真係未發生啦呢個 party， 即係 I will have 啦，我將會舉行我嘅一個 party。I hope that it will be a great event。咁樣咧就佢希望呢一個咧係將會係一個好，即係一個好好嘅一個項目啦。咁其實第二題咧，佢話佢將要舉行一個party 咧，呢一個因為佢已經計劃咗，咁所以其實係應該更加適合係 I am going to have， 即係話咧佢係準備要舉行一個嘅一個舞會啦。佢話 Normally I make a table tennis on Tuesdays, but it's the only convenient day for the party。咁 normally 佢已經講咗係通常咧就係佢係星期二咧係打呢個乒乓波嘅，咁即係年年都係次次都係啦，每個禮拜都係啦，咁所以咧佢就 play 呢一個咧只需要用翻present simple 就得㗎啦。I play table tennis on Tuesdays. I'm excited about you being able to see the robot next week。咁佢就話咧，我咧好緊張啊！因為佢俾佢阿媽睇啦。I am excited about you being able to see the robot next week。好啦 ，It's made the house every day。咁你留意呢一個咧係每一日咧都清潔啦。咁所以由於係 it 啦，所以你要將佢轉做 cleans。It cleans the house every day, and so I can just relax and get on with my work. I like 咁佢係呢個係佢嘅感覺，佢嘅 opinion 啦，即係佢嗰個意見就所以就用翻現在式就得啦。你會見到呢個 right now 啦，所以呢個 right 咧就係 I am writing this letter right now because I also want to say thank you. You always help me with my schoolwork， 即係你經常咧都幫我啦。When I 好啦，呢個啦，原來咧唔係佢而家經常幫佢喎。呢一個咧係乜嘢？係原來 when I was， 因為而家呢個 professor 已經係一個大人啦。咁原來呢個咧，所以係過去咗咧就用 help。雖然咧就有 always， 但係呢個 always 咧已經唔係現在㗎啦。即係佢講佢即係呢個 professor 係佢細個嗰陣時，佢經常幫佢，所以 you always helped me with my schoolwork when I was a child。All those years ago, when I what to do with the math questions, you were always ready to give me a helping hand。咁你會見到咧，呢一度咧就ago係以前啦，同埋咧就唔知點做嗰陣時咧，你繼續都係用過去式嘅，雖然都有個 always， 咁所以呢度留心啦，係以前成日做。咁所以呢個咧第11咧都係一個過去式啦，呢個係 didn't know。唔知點做嗰陣時咧，就會可以幫手。 接住咧呢度見到個 while 啦，咁即係咧呢個係一個長啲嘅動作啦。While I was struggling， 即係話咧喺度掙扎，即係好辛苦唔識做嗰陣時咧 ，struggling with my science problem，you came to encourage me， 就話唔知點做嗰陣時咧，佢咧就鼓勵佢。Without you, I cannot achieve my dream today， 就唔可能達成今日嘅夢想咧，就可以發明到呢一個機械人啦。咁所以你留意到咧，就呢幾個啦。都係用咗過去式嘅，因為諗翻起細個嗰陣時，佢阿媽點幫佢。咁而呢啲咧就會你會見到係將要舉行一個舞會咧，所以就用咗現在式啦。咁而呢度咧係亦都係講佢而家一個習慣啦，咁所以就會用現在式。呢個係用將來式。好啦，有兩個 riddles 啦。As well as being a scientific inventor, Joseph also likes to invent riddles。咁佢就話啦 ，You can put me in your pockets. I'm often made of leather. I carry your money for you. What am I？ 咁我咧就係一個乜嘢啊？就係一個 wallet， 即係一個銀包啦。leather 咧係即係皮咁嘅意思啊，咁係由皮做，咁所以係一個銀包啦。You can open and close me. I come in lots of different colors and sizes.I will protect you from the rain. What am I？ 咁呢一個咧就係一把遮啦 ，an umbrella。好啦，輪到 proofreading 啦。睇下呢個啦 ，Professor Joseph Jenkins is an inventor。咁佢係一個人啊嘛，咁所以 inventors 咧就係錯啦，應該係 inventor。He comes up with inventions 乜嘢 his laboratory 就係應該係喺佢嗰個實驗室度㗎，咁所以咧係漏咗呢個字 in 嘅。He inventing a robot called Mary last week。咁由於係 last week 啦，咁所以呢一個咧係唔應該 inventing 嘅，係應該係 invented。第四啦 ，He decided that he would throw a big party。嗱，英文咧 throw a party means 舉行一個嘅舞會啊，咁所以咧就he would 咁呢個好奇怪啦，呢個 had 呢個咧呢個 did 咧係可以係解 had 啦，亦都可以係解 would 啦。咁但係如果假如有 would 嘅話，我哋亦都唔需要一個 did 啦。咁如果係假如我哋係指 had 嘅話 ，had 入後邊亦都唔會用一個 would 嘅喎。咁所以咧呢一個咧就係錯嘅，即係呢個咧係多咗個，即係唔應該有呢個 唔應該有呢個 apostrophe d。咁應可以有乜嘢選擇咧？第一啦，好簡單，將呢個變咗做 had he 啦，咁啊 he 變咗係 he would 啦，亦都可以咧係查咗個 would 啦。如果你查咗個字就間咗佢，跟住之後就寫翻嗰個字啊嘛。佢話如果係 extra word cross out the extra word and write it in the answer column。咁所以咧就一係咁寫，一係就咁寫啦。第五 ，the party was huge success。咁 success 呢個字咧係一個數得到嘅名詞嚟嘅，係一個 countable noun。咁所以咧就 was a huge success。咁記住任何數到嘅名詞咧，前面都會有一個 and 嘅。He flew all the way to the New York to show off his robot。咁佢咧就即係飛到去紐約咧，去炫耀佢嗰個嘅機械人啦。咁記住 New York 咧係一個城市啦。咁我哋係唔需要有個 the 字嘅，即係等於好似香港咁 ，I live in Hong Kong 就唔會話 live in the Hong Kong。咁所以 New York 咧亦都係啦，係唔需要加個 the 字喺前邊嘅。好啦，呢一個古仔咧係應該係先排係乜嘢咧？係 Joseph's party was starting in 10 minutes and he was nervous。咁一開始咧就係 D 啦，咁就係佢好緊張，因為10分鐘之後咧就開始啦。咁接住咧就係話 ，But once the guests started to arrive, he relaxed。嗱，佢開頭就好緊張，後尾咧見到啲即係佢啲嘉賓嚟嘅之後咧，佢就開始即係同人傾下偈咧，就開始比較即係冇咁緊張 relaxed 啦。接住咧就到 by 8 o'clock, everyone had arrived except one person。咁到8點咧，所有人都到達，除咗一個人係邊個咧？就原來佢阿媽唔見咗喎。Joseph's mother was nowhere to be found。咩叫 nowhere to be found 咧？即係無處可尋，佢阿媽竟然冇嚟到。咁頭先我哋咪講過，佢邀請佢阿媽嚟嘅。 Thankfully, she arrived eventually. Eventually 咧 means 即係 finally 咧，終於就到達啦。She had been caught in a traffic。咩叫 caught in traffic 咧？就係指咧原來係大塞車，所以咧就遲到啫。咁所以最尾咧就係 B 嘅。第二題啦。咁一開始咧就係Joseph decided to take his robot to lots of different countries。咁佢就諗住要將個機械人帶去唔同嘅國家啦。咁然後咧接住啦 ，he wanted everyone in the world。你點知道咧？因為佢話 different countries， 所以就變咗 everyone in the world 啦。To see his wonderful invention， 咁咧就係話佢想要所有人咧都睇到佢呢個嘅發明啦。咁佢嗱咁。Everyone in the world， 咁即係話佢去過啲咩國家咧？就係呢度啦。He went to America, China and Germany, but then in France, disaster strike。咁竟然咧就係災難就來襲啦！去到法國嗰陣時，即係去完3個國家之後咧，第4個國家咧就發生啲問題啦。咁跟住咧就係發生咩事咧？就係 while he was visiting the Eiffel Tower, the robot's head fell off。點知嗰個機械人個頭跌咗出嚟。咁呢件事係大件事啦。After fixing it, Joseph decided to never take the robot abroad again。咁即係話咧，佢整完之後咧，佢就發覺咧唔應該咧帶個機械人去咁多地方，咁佢就 never take the robot abroad。abroad 點解咧？係解唔再拎去海外啦。呢一個就係。好啦，接住啦，到 question words 啦。跟住就乜嘢 ？Are you so late? I'm sorry, I got stuck in traffic。原來係大塞車啦。咁梗係問你點解咁遲啊你？所以係 why 啦。Don't worry about it。乜嘢 would you like to drink？ 你想飲什麼啊？咁梗係 what would you like to drink？ I'll have a glass of water, please. So 乜嘢 can I see your robot？ 咁佢係 very soon。咁所以好明顯呢一個就問幾時可以睇你嘅機械人啊？就係 when 啊。When can I see your robot? I'm going to bring it down to show everyone at the party. Wonderful. 乜嘢 people did you invite? 係有，跟住佢就話 20， 咁所以你就會知道呢個係幾多人，係個數目嚟嘅，所以呢個係 how many people。你邀請咗幾多人啊 ？Invite 就係邀請啦 ，including you and now everyone has arrived。好啦，咁我哋睇翻啦，記住啦 ，how far 咧係講緊個距離啦，而 how long 咧就係講嗰個嘅時間嘅。咁你會睇到呢個啦，就會 During the party, the guests asked Joseph about the robot Mary。咁嗰啲顧客就即係嗰啲來賓就點樣咧？問乜嘢咧？佢就話唔知乜嘢啦。咁 Joseph 就答啦 ，My robot Mary can work for 10 hours without charging， 即係唔使叉電咧，都已經係可以工作到10小時噶啦。咁 for 10 hours 咧就會係個答案啦，所以我哋唔會寫落去嘅。咁所以你呢個咧就會係佢呢個講緊時間，我哋就 how long。咁樣咧 can 咧就將個 can 同埋個名詞調轉，咁就係 how long can， 咁 my 就變咗係 your 啦 ，your robot Mary， 咁照寫翻個 work 啦 ，without charging， 即係話唔叉電嘅話係可以可以用咗幾耐啊？咁跟住之後 Joseph 咧又答一條問題咯喎 I have travelled with my robot Mary for 1 year already。咁你會見到咧呢個係 for 1 year， 即係已經係1年啦，已經。咁即係呢個係一個時間啦。咁所以咧亦都係 how long。how long。咁呢一個咧I have travelled， 你會調轉佢啦。How long have you I 就變 you 啦。How long have you travelled with your robot Mary？ 好啦，跟住之後咧，跟住嗰個 Joseph 又再答咯。My robot Mary can travel on its own from my laboratory to the bakery in the neighbouring town, which are about 2 miles apart。咁好啦，即係話佢可以做乜嘢咧？就係佢係可以去幾遠啊？即係話由邊度至邊度？而大約係幾遠？咁佢係究竟可以去到幾遠呢？ 咁呢個係 how far 啦。How far can your robot Mary travel on？ 咁its own 就照寫翻 is 啦，即係當係機械人唔係一個人啊嘛，咁唔會用 her its own 係啦。咁究竟你個機械人 Mary 可以自己 on its own， 即係佢自己一個人去嗰陣時可以去到幾遠啊？咁 Joseph 又答咗一條問題就 I have travelled with my robot Mary for hundreds of miles to be here。咁好啦，呢度個答案就唔寫落去啦。咁所以呢個係一個距離啦。咁所以咧就係 how far have you travelled with your robot Mary to be here？ 咁就照抄翻其餘嗰條成條問題嘅嘢，只係將問題咧嗰個 I have 就變咗 have I。How far have you travelled with your robot Mary to be here？ 即係你旅行咗幾遠先至嚟得到呢一度啊？咁樣啦。好啦，到 when 同 while 啦。Mary twitched her left arm twice when I ordered her to clean the cupboards。Her legs trembled， 呢個咧 was recharging， 所以咧就 while she was recharging。 Moreover, Mary's light bulb eyes dimmed when a guest knocked on her head. She also wandered endlessly in the corridors while the guests were enjoying the cake. I became interestingly worried when Mary didn't respond to my orders.I will have to deactivate her in the meantime. Deactivate 即係要將佢即係要熄咗佢咁嘅意思，即係大約係等於 switch off， 熄咗佢啦。While I was figuring out what was wrong with her。 咁留意翻啊，你會見到 while 後邊咧就係比較長嘅動作，所以 was charging。呢個 while 後邊咧都係 were enjoying， 呢個 while 後邊咧都係 was figuring out。咁而 when 後邊咧，你就會見到啦，係一個短啲嘅動作啦，就係 ordered。when 後邊咧 knocked， 呢個 when 後邊咧係 didn't respond。好啦，接住啦就到呢個 ordering events 啦。你會見到咧呢一個啦 ，Mary the robot went missing in the laboratory last night and Joseph is now talking to the policeman about it。Mary the robot went missing in the laboratory last night and Joseph is now talking to the policeman about it。 咁究竟講乜嘢咧？佢就話啦 I think somebody stole my robot Mary last night. First， 即係第一件事啦 I deactivate Mary and set her down to the charging port。 然後咧 next I connected her to my laboratory computer。跟住之後啦，接住啦 Then I went to the kitchen to help myself with a glass of water。 咁之後咧就點樣咧 After that I heard a loud noise which sounded like glass shattering。 咁最尾咧就係 Finally I rushed to the laboratory only to catch a glimpse of a dark figure， 即係佢有個黑色嘅影啦 jumping through the broken window and disappearing into the night。